I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're going to the three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one-percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put some rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the president kind of praising the Hells Angels. I don't know, but we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about some other breaking news that nobody's talking about yet. It's pretty significant in the outlaw culture world, and you might not be aware of this yet, but I'm going to let you know about it. But anyway, if you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Make sure you check out Patreon, a lot of exclusive content. I just uploaded a few videos. I got a lot more on the way. The Yaki Lopez interview is coming out really good. I'm making them longer because people complain about how short they are, so I'm making them longer. And I'm going to cater to you guys. If I see that you guys want something different, then I'm going to give it to you. So if you guys want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Staxx. Or if you want to be a guest and tell your story on Chatting with Staxx, just hit me up at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. I got some wild tricks up my sleeve for you guys, and you're really going to enjoy them, I think. You guys know I take it to another level when it comes to getting different people and doing different things. So we're going to keep bringing the heat, man. That's what it's about. TRC, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. We're going to talk about Canada today. St. Lake Martin, First Nation, Manitoba, Canada. What's good? Thank you for joining me. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for everything you do for this channel. I really appreciate it. Nomadic Pirate, what's going on? Ginger Bikers in the house. CMC, how are you? Ghost Eagle Guardian, what's going on? Good morning. EZ, what's good, man? Thanks for the dopeness, Staxx. Always. I'm going to keep bringing it. You guys already know. So, there's a lot going on. Trump talked about the Hells Angels, but I don't know if it was a good thing, what he said. We're going to get into that in a minute, but we got some wild things to talk about. If you guys aren't aware... Oh, yeah, we got some breaking news. So police raided the Hells Angels operations in Quebec. Several arrests have been made. This just happened 10:49 a.m. this morning. So police forces across Quebec made several arrests on Wednesday morning in several raids targeting operations linked to the Hells Angels. Some 50 police officers from Quebec, Quebec City, and Levis police, Longale police, and Maribel police were involved in the operations. Several arrests have been made for offenses related to weapons, drug trafficking, possession of stolen property. The SQ said, adding to that arrest that occurred, a whole bunch of names I can't pronounce. The operation is linked to an investigation that began in 2024. Searches were conducted in February, May, and December of last year. The SQ added, the force alleged that the people who were arrested managed a network and operates under the Quebec charter of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. So that's a huge thing, especially with what Trump was saying, right? But people are, I don't know, they're taking it a different way than I think it was meant to be said, you know? He was talking about illegal immigration, right? And he was saying that the criminals that have come into this country are like vicious people, and they make the Hells Angels look sweet, like they ain't tough. I'm not saying that they ain't. Listen, I know the Hells Angels are an elite group of guys. You have to have a certain characteristic to even join that club. But it's not about being a criminal or a bad person. So I don't know why he would even put them in the same category as illegal migrants that like were released from some prison in Ecuador or some shit. But that's the way it sounded. Like he was trying to like portray them as like, you know, not on the same playing field. But it's not like, is it a competition on who's tougher? I mean, I think the Hells Angels are way tougher than the fucking people that came here illegally. But they're not, they didn't sign up to be in that motorcycle club to be in a criminal organization. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird that he would even put that in the same sentence. And he said that the Hells Angels protected him in the past. So we're going to take a look at the video, and you tell me what you think.
Remember when they used to say that the people that come into our country as immigrants are very nice people, they're wonderful people, they don't commit crime. No, they make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hells Angels look like the sweetest people on earth. The Hells Angels are now.
So I don't know. I take that as kind of an insult. I'm not in a motorcycle club. I'm not in the Hells Angels or any motorcycle club. Never have been, never claimed to be. I got a lot of information, and I have a lot of relationships with patch members of motorcycle clubs, including the Hells Angels and motorcycle clubs all over the country. I get a lot of respect from them, and I respect all of them. I have great relationships with a lot of good people. But I don't know. I feel weird about the way he's saying this. It's like, oh, these criminals. So he's like comparing them, but he puts the Hells Angels in the same cat. It's just weird. What do you guys think of this situation? I mean, as you know, I'm doing a documentary on ex-Hells Angels. And we got about 6 of them on this documentary. And they're all great guys. They didn't sign up to be in a criminal organization. We get really deep in this interview and the documentary that is ongoing right now. We're very close to, I'm not going to say the final product, but we're very close to being wrapped up with the recording the videos of each member or ex-member. And it's nothing that has ever been done before. There are the most ex-members on one documentary at a time, and nobody has done this before. So people are really gonna love this. They love branding, so probably great for business. Well, they've been posting this clip of President Trump giving them a shout out, if you would say, on their Instagrams and things. So it's kind of weird. It's very weird. Jimmy Mac, what's going on? Can't want to. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. CMC, what's good, man? And to all you people who can't comment, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And you'll never ever be able to comment. That's just how we do it. But you can watch.
Remember when they used to say that?
Yeah, he used it in a comparison, but what is he saying? That they're all criminals? But they're not as bad as these people? Like, let's listen to it. Really dissect what he's saying.
The people that come into our country as immigrants are very nice people. They're wonderful people. They don't commit crime. No, they make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hell's Angels look like the sweetest people on earth. The Hell's Angels are now considered a nice, high-quality person. I like the Hell's Angels. They voted for me. They protected me, actually, believe it or not.
But I mean, these guys are high quality, right? They get the best of the best. Not everybody can be a Hell's Angel. It's definitely that way. And when I was interviewing a lot of these guys, that's one thing that they said. They were able to make it to be a member. And not everybody can say that they can be a member. You have to have certain qualities in order to be a member. I mean, there's a lot of people who try and fail, and they just don't have what it takes because they're either slouches or they're junkies or they're, accused me of being Staxx. What do you mean? What's that mean? I don't even know what you're talking about, Nomadic. You sound like what's his name? That fucking guy. What's that dude's name? Oh yeah, the Black Legionnaire guy. What are you saying? Like, the fuck are you even talking about? Virginia Chaos, what's going on, man? I'm gonna be hopefully I have time to run there today and I'll send off your package. But I got you. Don't get the toilet. Most of them hit the toilet already. Hey, what's going on? Mike Ball's in the building. Shout out to Mike Ball. What do you think about this, man? He says, oh, it makes our criminals look like the sweetest people. Yeah, so is he calling the Hells Angels criminals? Is what I'm saying. Like, let's listen.
Remember when they used to say that the people that come into our country as immigrants are very nice people. They're wonderful people. They don't commit crime. No, they make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hell's Angels look like the sweetest people on earth. The Hell's Angels are now considered a nice, high-quality person. I like the Hell's Angels. They voted for me. They protected me, actually, believe it or not. But they make our criminals look like babies.
That's crazy.
Some of the most vicious people anywhere in the world.
I think he's comparing them to like criminals. That's my take on it. Carney, what's up, man? He has used Hell's Angels as a reference like he did in his first term. I understand, but he's saying that they make our criminals, and then he uses the Hell's Angels. They make them look like babies or nice people, meaning that they're not as bad as these guys. But so why would he say that? It's very odd that he would say that. And then he goes on to say, I like them. They're nice people. They voted for me. But it's very weird. How come he didn't compare the Crips and the Bloods? He said, I literally just like that in his first term. It's just weird, very weird. And I wouldn't, if I was a part of that organization, which I'm not, I would be offended by what he said.
Remember when they used to say that the people that come into our country as...
Why isn't he referencing the Bloods or the Crips? These illegal migrants that come in, the criminals, are vicious people. They make the Bloods and the Crips look like nice people. That's just the way that I perceive it. You know what I'm saying? Mountain Woman, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. It's a reference to cartel members. There are a lot of vicious gangs that have entered into this country that people don't understand. And the people in Minnesota are protecting these people. Hey, SDMC, how you doing? Thank you so much for that, Mike Ball, the raid. I really appreciate it. Tremendous help, man. Jimmy Max in the building.
Immigrants are very nice people. They're wonderful people. They don't commit crime. No, they make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hells Angels look like the sweetest people on earth. The Hells Angels are now considered a nice, high-quality person. I like the Hells Angels. They voted for me.
So why do they go after them then? Why do they arrest them all the time and target them with law enforcement all the time? Are things going to change? Are they going to take the Hells Angels off the gang list because they're labeled a criminal enterprise and they use the terrorist acts on them? Like, people get arrested all the time. So is that going to change? Are they going to take the Hells Angels off this list because they consider them a gang?
They protected me, actually, believe it or not.
Is he talking about Chuck Zito when they say they protected him? Hey, Craig, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. SBMC Baker, what's up? My relatives, Pyru Bloods, Brims, they are next to thank. Yeah, right? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Steven, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining me. Big Dan, how you doing, man? Coming over from Mike Ball, listening while I feed the cows. Shout out to your cows, man. Trump's an 81 supporter and then has his DOJ prosecute them. It's very odd. Very odd. Exactly, Staxx. That's why you said other people are worse than HA ever thought of being. Yeah, I mean, I understand kind of what he's saying, but these guys aren't criminals. So why is he comparing them? Why doesn't he compare like criminals to illegal migrants that are over here committing crimes or that have been convicted of things over in the past? I don't get it. It's very odd.
Remember when they used to say that the people that come into our country as immigrants are very nice people. They're wonderful people. They don't
Ken,
commit
what's
crime.
up?
No, they make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hells Angels look like the sweetest people on earth. The Hells Angels are now considered a nice, high-quality person. I like the Hells Angels. They voted for me. They protected me, actually, believe it or not. But they make our criminals look like babies. These are some of the most vicious people anywhere in the world. They came from...
I don't know. To me, I look at it different. Maybe I'm seeing something different, but to me, he's comparing the Hells Angels. He's saying that the Hells Angels are criminals, but they're not as bad as these people that have been let into this country. That's what I'm hearing from him. I don't know how you guys are taking it, but that's what I'm hearing. And then you go online and you see that literal Hells Angels charters are posting this on their page like it's a flex or something. It's very odd.
Remember when they used to say that the people that come into our country as immigrants are very nice people. They're wonderful people. They don't commit crime. No, they make our criminals look like babies. They make our Hells Angels look like the sweetest people on earth. The Hells Angels are now considered a nice, high-quality person. I like the Hells Angels. They voted for me. They protected me, actually, believe it or not.
TRC, you must have missed it, man, because they just raided the Hells Angels up in Canada. This is breaking news. This just happened. Hells Angels, police raiding Hells Angels operation in Quebec. Several arrests have been made. That's this morning. Police forces across Quebec made several arrests Wednesday morning in series of raids targeting operations linked to the Hells Angels. Some 50 police officers from Quebec City and other places led an operation. Several arrests have been made with several offenses related to weapons, drug trafficking, possession of stolen property, and they added the arrests occurred, and they say all the regions. There's like 4 or 5 different places where they happen. The operations are linked to an investigation that began in 2024 when Donnie Wantz was sitting around. I wouldn't doubt it, right? Donnie Wantz seems always to be there when problems happen. Like he leaves, the place gets raided. It's very odd, very odd. I don't know what's up with that, but so it says the operations are linked to an investigation that began in 2024, and searches were conducted in February, May, and December of last year. I've reported on all of those. The SQ and the forces alleged people were arrested, managed the network, and operated under the Quebec chapter of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. And later on, they're going to provide a, like a newscast about it where they come on and explain exactly what happened. So a senior member of the Hells Angels over in Canada has passed away. If you guys don't know who this is, he's a former boxer. He was 50 years old. He passed away. He was one of the guys that was shot in 2000, I think it was 16. So Philip Boudreau, former boxer and Hells Angel, is dead at age 50. This happened out of Canada. Former boxer whose real life later intersected with Canada's outlaw motorcycle world has died at the age of 50, closing a chapter marked by discipline, defiance, and controversy. Boudreau's first earned recognition in the ring, where boxing demanded the traits that would come to define him: his toughness, stamina, and unflinching willingness to stand his ground. A lot of people remember the man forged by his routine resolve and someone who stood the cost of every punch thrown and taken. Boxing for Boudreau, it was not merely a sport, it was structure. So in recent months, Boudreau's name surfaced amid heightening tension surrounding the outlaw motorcycle club world in Quebec and Ontario, an environment already strained by internal fractures, shifting power dynamics. Its death comes at a moment when those worlds are under intense public and police scrutiny, adding the gravity to an already volatile period. Details surrounding Boudreau's passing have not been made public. What remains, his legacy of a man who had lived visibly and forcibly, shaped by combat sports and counterculture alike. Philip Boudreau leaves behind no easy narrative, only the stark outline of a life lived in the margins of respectability and rebellion, where loyalty mattered and reputations are earned the hard way. And the line between discipline and danger was never far apart. So he is one of the men who was shot, I believe it was in 2006. And they ended up closing down the clubhouse where all this happened. Hold on, let me tell you about that first, and then we'll go back to the raid. Nomads no more. Ontario Hells Angels chapter shut down after twin shooting. It shakes up the club. Ontario and Quebec. The most exclusive chapter of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club in Ontario has gone dark, according to reports. The Ontario Nomads, long regarded as an elite tier of the club, has been shut down outside Ottawa barely a month after hosting a national gathering that drew more than 500 outlaw bikers across the country. The closure follows the destabilizing sequence of violence and defections that sent shockwaves through the Canada's outlaw motorcycle landscape. At the center of the turmoil, 2 shootings weeks apart, both in Quebec. Martin Barnanchez, the Nomads president, and Philip Boudreau, the chapter's vice president, were each shot in separate incidents. While authorities have released few details, the symbolism of the attacks striking the very top of the chapter's leadership has been impossible to ignore. I mean, they both got shot. That's the president and the vice president. That's unheard of. Also reports Paul Porter, former Ontario Nomad president, quit the club altogether and returned to Montreal. Porter, viewed in some insiders as stabilizing presence, had crossed over from the Rock Machine during the post-Montboucher era, when the old alliances were being dismantled and rebuilt following the imprisonment of Quebec's most notorious biker boss. His departure, combined with the shootings, appear to have accelerated the collapse already underway. French language broadcaster has suggested that the violence bears hallmarks of internal conflict, pointing to the possibility of power struggle linked to the Quebec Hells Angels members during a Project Quarq, who has since been released. Sources say that the network of those veterans may now be moving to reclaim territory, a reminder that in Quebec's history has long memory. So that was crazy when this happened. Both of these guys were shot. I believe both of them right there pictured. But now this is the guy who passed away right here. It's pretty wild. So this raid that just happened, right? I got a little more information on that. Let's see here. Coordinated strikes. Quebec police dismantled alleged Hells Angel network in the province in wide raids. Quebec City, a sweeping show of force. Police agencies across Quebec moved at dawn Wednesday to disrupt what investigators described as a criminal network operating under the banner of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, executing raids that stretch from Capital Region to the far reaches of the province. About 50 officers from Quebec, alongside other cities, I'm not going to name them all. The operation, in which multiple arrests, offense tied to weapons, drug trafficking, possession of stolen property. Authorities said the arrests were carried out in the broad arch of regions, underscoring the geographic reach investigators alleged the network had established. The raids marked the latest escalation in an investigation that began in 2024 following a series of searches conducted in February, May, and December of last year. According to the SQ, those earlier actions helped map a structure they say was overseen by individuals managing operations connected to Quebec chapter of the Hells Angels. So this is pretty significant news. Wednesday's enforcement action reflects months of intelligence gathering. I mean, when you got people like Donnie the Big Mouth Wanch, I mean, it's not hard to gather intelligence, right? Miklo, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. And if you guys don't know, he's not even in that club, but he's around them. The hallmark of Quebec's modern approach at organized crime, where jurisdictional lines are deliberately blurred in favor to speed and surprise. Police have not yet released the number of suspects arrested or detailed specific items, but officials confirm the allegations span classic organized crime pillars: firearms, narcotics distribution, and property crimes. They said further information will be provided later today. Behind the scenes, investigators describe an effort aimed less at a spectacle than a disruption, serving supply chains, freezing logistics, dismantling a managerial core that allegedly allowed the network to function under the outlaw club identity. The outlaw branding and organized crime allegations for decades, the Hells Angels name has carried a dual identity in Quebec. The public motorcycle club culture, on one hand, and according to police and prosecutors, shadow of economic on the other. Authorities routinely argue that the club's hierarchical structure and regional chapters provide a framework that can be exploited to coordinate criminal activity while maintaining a veneer of legitimacy. So we'll see what happens when the rest of all this information comes out, and it's supposed to come out soon. Hey, Jimmy Mack, what's going on? CMC's in the building. Steve, what's good? Steven, how are you? SYLS, how are you? Mountain Woman's in the house. We got a lot of people, man. We got 50 people in the house. Make sure you hit that like button. 54 Wishbone, what's good, man? Canada's has 100% hatred for blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I know some people in Canada like them. Brad, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Tommy, what's good, man? Jason, what's up, bro? Might be some other gangs breaking down. 100K manhunt, winning investigation still going on. So Loud's in the building. Thank you for joining me, So Loud. CT Illy, what's going on? I got some big things going on. Sick Bastard, what's up, bro? Thank you for joining me. I got the best chat in the business. I really do. Slow Ride's in the house. Thank you for joining me, Slow Ride. What is a boondock? Oh, the boondocks? That's like the woods. The boondocks is the woods. So I got another case to talk about. This is an insane situation. So this guy, let's talk about what he did. This is a pretty wild situation. So this happened in Fairfield, Connecticut. Fairfield man charged with DUI in a snowplow crashes caused damage to a house. Allegedly, he was doing bumps in his truck when he lost control or didn't realize what he was doing, and he plowed cars right through a garage. Fairfield, Connecticut, a man is charged with DUI after police say he crashed a snowplow last month into a Fairfield house, damaging the garage and multiple vehicles. Snowplow crashed into the house, damaging garage and multiple vehicles in Fairfield. Mark Keene, 46, of Fairfield, was taken into custody January 8th, charging him with drinking under the influence and reckless driving. Police said Keene was driving a snowplow truck when he crossed the roadway, hit the front porch of a home, and collided with a parked vehicle in the driveway. The parked vehicle was pushed through the closed garage door and struck another vehicle inside the garage. Keene appeared in Bridgeport Superior Court January 9th, was issued a $15,000 court bond, and he's scheduled to go back to court soon. Let me show you what he did. So this is just a couple pictures. He has a plow on the front of this truck, right? That's the outside of the garage. Here's the inside. I mean, this guy, like, how are you not paying attention? And I got a video of it. Let's check it out. This dude's nuts. Hold on, I got a better video than that. Let me see if I can find you guys the video. If you came home from work and you seen that your plow driver did that shit to your house, that would be insane. I'd be like, yo, get the fuck out of here before I hurt your ass. So down in the Florida Keys, the boat captain is under arrest because he sold cocaine. He found at sea. Can you believe that shit? This is insane. Happened in the Florida Keys. A charter fishing boat captain is facing charges. He was selling multiple kilograms of cocaine he found at sea. Bradford Todd Pincerelli, 65, was arrested Monday after he allegedly sold a kilogram of cocaine for $10,000 to an undercover federal agent who was working with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Detectives on an investigation into the boat captain, the agency said. After his arrest, detectives, along with federal Customs and Border Protection patrol agents, seized about 23 kilos of cocaine, 8,000 in cash, and the captain's 38-foot boat, said the sheriff's spokesman. The sheriff's office led the investigation, but the case will be prosecuted federally. The drug deal happened around 3 p.m. at the marina where the man runs his business, Outlaw Fishing Charters, located at Berndine's waterfront at 1200 Ocean Breeze Avenue in Middle Keys City of Marathon. According to the sheriff's office, the arrest report, the man told agents over the phone to bring a cooler to his boat and make it look like he was picking up fish. The report states he also told the agent he had another 100 pounds of cocaine if he was interested in buying more, according to the report. Agents arrived at the boat, and Persillo, I'm probably butchering the last name, gave him one of the kilos, in which the agent placed in the cooler. After the man asked the agent to bring the money back to the boat, deputies and agents swept in and arrested him, according to the report. The man told the cops that the rest of the load was in a storage unit on the 42nd Street, and gave them permission to search it, and they found wrapped kilos, all marked with 332 stamp. I mean, they're saying this in public, right? So whoever's that is probably wants his stuff back, and now he's going to have to pay the price eventually, right? As of Tuesday, the man is being held without bond in the county jail on Stock Island on charges of selling, trafficking, and possession of cocaine. And they want to thank blah, blah, blah. The keys found at sea is not an uncommon thing. Charter boat crews selling cocaine found at sea is not uncommon for the Keys. It's at the root of the 2015 murder that became one of the most high-profile violent crimes in the island chain in recent history. In that case, a fishing mate, Jeremy McCauley, and his friends were selling off multiple kilos they found at the ocean while fishing with customers. One of the co-conspirators in the deal, Carlos Ortiz, threatened to tell the cops about what was going on unless McCauley paid him more money. on October 15th, 2015, McCulley and another man drove to the Travner home where Ortiz was living with his girlfriend and 3 young children. He fatally shot Ortiz, 30, and his girlfriend, 26. Taro Rosado, a neighbor, found the bodies the next day. He worried about seeing the children in the front yard. The judge sentenced McCulley to 42 to 2 life sentences for first-degree murder in June of 2024. So I guess this is not an uncommon thing for them to be doing that. It's pretty wild. There's a lot more information on the way. I just wanted to know what you think about Trump and these remarks about the Hells Angels. I think it was my personal opinion. I just feel like it's I don't understand why you put them in the same category. Very odd. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you all for watching. There's a lot of content on the way. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.